Hey everyone, so for this look I was inspired by Florence and the Machine. I was inspired by a bunch of things which I will post into the info bar down here. And yeah, basically a look she could rock or she rocked before. I changed a little bit of the colors, but the placement and the feel of all of this is basically her, like the essence of Florence. So, a very beautiful look. I hope you recreate it, and if you want to learn how to do it, keep on watching. Now this look is going to be very simple. We're not using a lot of colors, so we're going to start off by using a bronzy pigment from Lise Watier called Folie d'Or, which all means gold, but this is definitely not gold. It's like more of a bronzy color. So you just want to take a flat, stiff brush. You want to take a little bit of that pigment, and you just want to apply that on both corners of your eye. So right now I'm just focusing on the outer corner over here in a V shape. Now you don't have to worry too much about getting a very straight line, because this is just like a matte pink part. Now from what I'm taking inspiration from, they're not using the same products. They use some sort of glossy finish on the eye, but I'm not going to do that today. I'm going to make it more wearable. So as you can see, I'm leaving the middle of the lid free of any color right now. And when applying on each corners, you want to be somewhat like very, not messy, but you don't want to have any sharp lines. So I'm bringing the color upwards. It should go very close to the brow. Florence always has some sort of very kind of like throw of color onto her lid. Nothing is like quite defined. And I rarely do those simple looks, but sometimes I think it's important to do them, because it's not everybody that has the same taste in makeup, and I want to touch as many people as I want. Not literally, but you know, touch in a way. And I'm bringing the color in the hollow part over here, which is usually not flattering, but for this look I'm going to do so. Now if you want to wear this out, you can skip or do it. Depends on how you like your makeup to look like. So it does have some sort of gold in it, but it's definitely more bronze orange than gold. Then you want to take a little bit, and you just want to run that onto the lower lash line as well. Now, next part what I'm going to do is, because it's a little bit too bronzy for me, so I'm going to add another color on top. And it's called, another pigment, it is called Folie Douce from Lise Watier, which is basically kind of a plum champagne color that has a little bit of rose in it. So you want to do the exact same thing. I'm just going to reapply on top, just to bring a little bit of more of a rosy tint. I don't want the eyes to look too brassy, too orange. Now of course bring it underneath the lash line as well. Now because I was using sort of a stiff blush, I'm going to go in with a crease brush, so a fluffy brush, and I'm just going around where I've put the color, and I'm just making sure that we have a nice gradient, nothing too sharp. This look is very smoky. Some people think that smoky we're looking for dark colors. Smoky is like a technique, it is not a color. Now after our third color we're going to apply on our eyes, it's another sort of pigment. It is an iridescent powder from M.A.C called Silver Dusk. This one is pretty much champagne, but more on the pinky light side. So I'm using the same brush, just remove any excess. And this time around you want to apply it right in the middle of the lid, which is going to give you a lot of dimension, because this iridescent powder is extremely shimmery. So it's going to create a more fuller, rounder shape on your eye. And because it's not light enough for me, I'm going to use yet another pigment, my favorite white silver pigment. It is from Lise Watier, which is called, you said it, Folie Blanche. Again, same thing, same placement, right in the middle of the lid. See, that's where I get the pow factor right there. This pigment doesn't ever deceive me. After, I'm going to go in with kind of a rusty color. It is called Brown Script. And again, we're still doing the same thing. This is a very orange brown. And you just want to go just on top. And I'm mostly applying that color mostly onto the outer half of my lower lash line. Then taking a little bit, I'm going to define the outer V over here, just up here. And I'm just saying a very tiny bit. See, just like that. It just kind of ties the upper lash line with the lower one. So we have kind of the same color here. After onto the waterline, I'm going to use Fascinating from M.A.C, and I'm just going to use a very small amount. You don't want like an extremely white waterline. It's just very to make a difference between the color from the lower lash line into your waterline. So you don't want to build up the product too much. It's just a tiny wash. So this is the only colors we're going to use onto the actual eyes today. So it's very simple, very doable for anyone. Very simple. Now of course I'm going to apply some natural looking lashes just to define my own lashes. You could definitely skip this step if you want to. So I applied my false lashes, and I've also applied a coat of mascara onto the top lash line. Well, actually two coats of mascara. I want my top lashes to be natural looking, but I want them to be quite thick. So I went in with one of my favorite mascara, new mascara. It is called Great Lash Lots of Lashes mascara. I really like it. It's the one with the kind of the teardrop one, like that. So you do need to kind of use it just as the one is. I've also applied a tiny amount onto my lower lash line to make sure my bottom lashes are kind of defined, because I have blonde eyelashes, so not too much, just to make them kind of black. Now move on to the rest of the look. I'm not going to be applying anything on the cheeks. She has a beautiful porcelain skin, so the only thing I've done, actually I did it before the eyes and everything, I've used the Iridescent powder in Silver Dusk. I always mix myself Dust. I know it's not the same thing, but anyways, so I quite used it a lot for highlighting, so around the eye area, a little bit on the forehead over here, nose, chin. I really want that glow over here. Florence usually goes either for a very matte finish, or she has a lot of highlight going on, so I went with that. For the particular photo I've put into the info bar, I believe she's matte, but I kind of like to mix things up. Now for the lips, again very simple. I'm just going to use kind of a dark nude color. It is called Natural from N.Y.X, and you just want to line your lips and fill them in. So as you can see, it is a very dark, neutral, natural lip color. So what I'm going to do is, because I'm looking for that kind of rusty finish, I'm going to go in with the lipstick from M.A.C called Frost Thrills, which is kind of like that, which has definitely a kind of a bronzy shimmer to it. So I'm just applying that right on top. So these are the lips, very kind of rusty, I'm gonna say rustic, very of a rust color. Now I want to go back into the cheeks. Actually, I'm not gonna be applying anything onto the apples of the cheeks, but I'm gonna go in with my usual contour color, which is called Sincere. It is from M.A.C. It is a blush, and I'm just going to emphasize the color onto my contour area, just to make sure we have a very defined contour, because she has a great bone structure. So I'm just going to try and make it seem like I could have great bone structure, because right now we don't see it because it's underneath all of that fat nubilus. A little bit onto the temples, the rest of what's on the brush, around my not so hairy hair anymore. So there we have it for this incredibly easy look. I'm sure you can recreate this easy look, because it is really easy. Is it easy? I think, can I say easy one more time? Easy. So yeah, I really like how it turned out. Once again, easy. And yeah, I'm sure you can recreate it and make it your own. So if you do, let me know. And until then, I'll see you guys later. Bye. By the way, I have no more hair.